Hello, ladies. It's Dawn Bates here today with you for your Thursday installment. And today I'd like to speak about prestige. Now, I was going to speak about leadership, but with one thing or another that's been happening with my laptop and my tech and the internet of late, what with lots of people coming online, disrupting I've been online for 3 years and I've had more problems in the last month or two with everybody coming online because we're all overloading the internet platforms. The internet providers, the platforms such as Zoom and Skype, they're all getting a bit of a hammering, and their customer service, can it cope? You know, can their systems cope with everything? And I was getting quite frustrated, and I was like, oh, I can't do my House of Preeminence live today in this space. So I need to shift. I need to do something completely different. I'm going to go and have a workout. Now, one of the things about being in your most element, your most prestigious element, and really tapping into prestige is what could I be doing right now? Or how could I be thinking? How could I be being? And looking to what our mentors have said, or our leaders, or the people that we look to. What are the people who we're learning from? What are they doing? What would they do? And when I am at my most highest self and I am living my most prestigious life, what would I be doing in that moment? So, okay, tech issues aside, electrical systems checked, sockets checked, adapters, chargers checked, everything checked. Almost took the laptop apart to rebuild it again. Didn't have to go that far, I'm pleased to say. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and just go for a walk yesterday. This was yesterday, I went for a walk, and today I was like, okay, I really need to move my body and I need to really get this energy shifting because there's something lurking. And So I was like, okay, right, I'm gonna do my figure eight fitness, my Latin dance. But then guess what? The internet went down. And I'm like, oh no, what's that going on? I know, I've got Shaun T, my T25. Because I like to mix it up a bit. I like to be told to focus by Shaun T, and I like to be told to get my sexy on by Jana. Not that I really need telling to do this a lot of the time because I'm an Adidas girl. I have earned my stripes. I don't need Nike. I don't need telling just to do it, but it's always good to have a reminder. So I was like, okay, stepping into my most prestigious self. I'm going to work my body. I'm going to really beast it. Rah! Got my rah on. And as you can see, shifted the energy. And it got me thinking because Alison, who you know is our resident health guru here in the House of Preeminence, Alison and I were discussing just how much awareness we actually have around health and nutrition. Now, my journey with health and nutrition has been a bit of a journey. I watched my grandmother who die at 53 because of weight and thyroid problems. I myself have had weight problems. I've lost 62 kilos. I've lost my whole self. But those health problems occurred due to an unhappiness, a lack of self-love. There was energetic stuff going on. There was an illness that I suffered during my pregnancy with my second child. And so health became something very, very important to me. I didn't want to be unhealthy. My father-in-law was a cardiologist when he was alive, so I learned a lot about the heart and the pressure. I have worked with the South Yorkshire Eating Disorders Association many, many years ago, looking at how health and nutrition is impacted, because when I was younger, I also had bulimia and body dysmorphia. And so I've learned a lot about health. I've been around health. My dad had diabetes too. My mum has a heart problem. So it's like health has always been something really, really important to me. And not just my physical health, but my mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, all areas of health. So I said, okay, so how can I be the very best version of Dawn? And how can I be my most prestigious self? And this is where I've come from all of my life. How can I be my very best version of self? Because my mum has always told me that if you don't do your best, if as long as you do your best, sorry, as long as you do your best, no one can ask any more of you. As long as you give your best, then no one can ask any more of you. And this is the thing, it's like we are seeing companies such as Zoom have their profits and their share prices soar. But have they got things in the background backing it up? My experience, not, and there's an article coming out from me very shortly. Um, because the thing is, if we are going to have such a huge growth in one area of our life or in all areas of our lives, what are the foundations like? Are they strong foundations? Can our systems that we have in place within our business, can they cope with the growth? And this is one of the things that we were dealing with this morning. There was some online platforms that I'm paying for that are not delivering. So I'm finding a bottleneck in my business. I'm like, come on, guys, we need to get this sorted. But these businesses have actually been tested so much with the increase of people now starting to work online. These platforms cannot cope. And how are they going to bring around change so that they can actually deliver a prestigious service to those of us who are investing in them? How are we bringing it back around to self? How are we going to call ourselves forward? And how are we going to change how we're being, whether it's an energetic shift like I had to have before coming and doing this video? How can I shift, or how can you shift, or how can companies that we work with shift? And how can the global situation we're seeing at the moment, how can we shift this? There's so many different ways we can do it. I mean, one, we can take care of our own health. We can also look at what we're doing within our business. Okay, if this is not working, what are the things that can work? So, for example, with my IT problems that I've had over the last couple of days, yesterday when my laptop wasn't charging, I'm like, I've got a manuscript I'm submitting in 3 weeks. It's got to be done. This needs to happen. Okay, drop the word need. Okay, when we need something, we're putting pressure on it and on ourselves. Okay, so I went through all the steps. Are the plugs working? Are the sockets working? If I plug something else in, is it going to work? Okay, the cable working? Does it feel like there's a break in the cable? Okay, does the battery need resetting? Okay, was there any problems with my laptop before I tried to charge it? No. Okay, so if the wall is working, well, the electric's in the wall, um, and my laptop was working fine, then it's a thing that connects it. So it's about a process of elimination. And looking at, so for example, the MailChimp system that I use, why, look, do we need this? Do we need this? Do we need this? No, let's just strip that down. Okay, we don't need that. What about this system? Whether it's your Stripe payment system, whether it's your ClickFunnels, whether it's your social media scheduling, with all the groups that you've got online with your business, what do you actually need to get rid of the need? And look at the things that, one of the things Karen and I were talking about this morning while we were preparing for this Exposing the Money Mindset Myth webinar that we're going to be delivering for you on the 11th of June. If you want details for that, by the way, just drop a comment below. We were looking at the big reframe of what it means to have a cost, a debt, and an investment. What is keeping lots of things, lots of distractions, or lots of groups, or lots of platforms, or lots of email lists? What is it costing you? Is it costing you your sanity? Is it costing you stress? Is it costing you, your happiness, your contentment, your ease and your flow? So there's quite a bit that all of these different elements that I'm talking about, the health, the tech, the platforms, are we ready, making sure our back end systems are working on all levels. Um, but also, what is it that we can be doing to shift our own energy and our own mindset? What is it that we have learned over the years from personal experiences as well as professional ones, but also from others that we have either had in our other people in our family and our friendship groups, in our businesses, in our workspaces, maybe even down at the gym. What are we learning from all of these people so that we can build the jigsaw to enable us to be our most prestigious self? So I'm going to invite you to go and do some journaling and figure out what it is that you can be removing, what keeping things in your life is costing you, and how you can shift from being where you are right now to being your most prestigious self. So I invite you to do that. Like I said, if you want some more information on your health and nutrition, go speak to Alison Stockton. If you would like to know more about the exposing money mindset myths that Karen and I will be running for you on the 11th of June, drop the comments below. But if you would like to feedback on anything that I've said today, or if you'd like to share your biggest takeaway today, then please drop your comment or your question in the comments below, and we'll respond to you as soon as we possibly can, technology permitting. All right, then you have a really amazing weekend, and I will see you again on Thursday next week. Ciao for now.